Welcome to the Game Changers family. I talk to the game changers, the ones who the game was changed on, yet they triumph. It's Game Changers with me, Lisa Faulkner. I'm your host. Hello, Game Changers, and welcome to this edition of Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner. I know you are going to enjoy this show. I certainly am. I am so looking forward to it. This is going to be a fabulous show because this is going to talk about fashion, faith, and lifestyle, where the three meet. There's no happier time for me, so I know you're going to enjoy it as well. Just sit tight, and we're going to get talking just in a few minutes. We have a fabulous game changer on tap to bring all three together for us. But let's you and I catch up and talk a little bit before we get started with her. You know I like to get you caught up, and I love it when you tune in, no matter how you tune in to Game Changers. I'm always thrilled when you catch the show. You can get Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner 24/7 any way you like, and I so appreciate you staying locked in. I really appreciate you following the show. I could not do it without you. You know, I say you can get Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner 24/7, and it's thanks to God and our terrific sponsor, Sankofa Media, that makes that possible. We've been coming to you for over 4 years now, whether you are tuned in with us here now or on WAEC Love 860. You can also get the podcast on iTunes Radio, iTunes Podcast, iHeart Radio. You can get the podcast. You can catch us on YouTube. You can get it on Spotify, Google Play Music, Tumblr, just any way you want to get Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner. Please keep connecting, keep watching. And of course, I'm on all of your social media outlets. That's on Twitter at PenStarLisa, Instagram at PenStarLisa as well, Lisa Faulkner on LinkedIn, and Lisa M. Faulkner on Facebook. Just continue to follow me on all of those outlets there. I will continue to connect with you. You know, Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner also has a page on Facebook. So many ways to stay connected, and I love it when you connect with me. No better way to stay in touch than to connect with me on social media and to subscribe to the podcast and keep listening and keep us encouraged and keep us on the airwaves. We can't do it without you. You know, I also ask that you send us your questions and your comments. That keeps us plugged in and helps us to know how to reach you and what's working and what's not working. We received a question at Questions for Lisa at penstar.org. Penstar.org is my website where a lot happens there. I ask you to check in there from time to time as well. There's some services there that can help you, writing services, communication services, and you can also get the Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner there as well. But you can also send us your comments and questions there as well. I received a question there. I want to take time to answer today before we dive in with our guests. So let me tell you what the question is and take some time to answer it for you here. And our guests may want to chime in on the question as well, but I'm going to go ahead and start. But I received a question there, and it says, and that's Questions for Lisa at penstar.org. So send me your questions too if you would like for me to answer them. But she says, I am a woman of faith, and I am embarrassed to admit it, but I have been dealing with a lot of stress on my job, and I just went through a bad breakup. It's causing me not to sleep at night, and I know I should just trust God. What should I do? Well, I believe that because she is a woman of faith, that's from Denisha in Tennessee. Denisha, I understand you being a woman of faith. Probably that is causing your embarrassment, but that's no need for embarrassment. We all deal with stress, and there are so many things I want to tell you about rest that this time in the show won't allow me to, but I want to connect the two, faith and rest, because they really are connected. You know, God, your rest is very important to God. He started our journey with rest. He when he created the earth, the last thing he did was tell us to get some rest. And, you know, the last thing he did was set, and then he rested after he created the earth. So we know that rest is very important to God. And then he tells us to labor to rest. So that should be your greatest quest, to get your rest. And then I want to also tell you that the enemy knows that if he gets in your rest, that you're no good the next day. So you are correct to be concerned about your rest, because it's very important to your productivity. It's very important to who God has called you to be. You need your rest to conquer the day, the next day. So I want to give you some tips for your rest. You are going to face stress. You're going to face breakups. You're going to face relationships. And one day you're going to be in the best relationship of your life. And that one that you just broke up with is not even going to matter. You're not even going to look back on that. You're going to look back on that with a chuckle. But just a couple of hints to you, just a couple of things that will hopefully help you with your rest at night. One, whatever you're doing before you try to get some rest, turn those things off, turn those things down. Because a lot of times we bring a lot of noise and things into our rest before we go to bed that could be getting in the way of our rest. There is a tip that someone gave me for resting at night that has helped me greatly. If you have a phone, if you carry around one of those small computers that we call a phone now, and you have a Bible app on it, most likely that Bible app has an audio portion to it, has an audio Bible on it. If you would turn that audio Bible on in lieu or instead of the television or maybe whatever noise, other noise that you're listening to at night before you go to bed, that may do you a world of good. I promise you that it has done me a world of good. It's like an angel gets in the bed with me at night when I turn that audio Bible on. Would you try that for me, Denisha? Would you just try that for me? And I promise you, it may just turn your world of sleep around. Sometimes I don't know what those scriptures are or that I've heard the audio Bible read before I go to sleep, but I get that first chapter or I get that first reading before I go to sleep, and I'm just sleeping before I know it, and I drift off. I want to hear back from you when you try those couple of things, just those couple of things. And I bet you they're going to help you out. And you just trust God and you labor to rest. Turn down those noises before you go to bed. Turn that audio Bible on. And let the man or the woman, whichever one you choose, just read God's word back to you before you drift off to sleep at night. And I bet that will help you start bringing back your rest at night. And labor to rest, Denisha. And you'll be better the next day for it. Don't let the enemy get into your rest, because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to interrupt your next day. And you're going to be better for it because you are a game changer. You are exposing those things that are trying to get in your way of productivity for the next day, and all those great mountains that you have to climb that I know are going to make you better the next day. Well, let's get started, guys. I got to get this great game changer on for today. You're going to love her. Her name is Torri Smith. Let's open up the show for Torri Smith, our game changer of the show today. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She is the editor-in-chief of Creed magazine. Now, before Creed magazine, she was a successful hairstylist for 15 years. Torri was just determined, though, to bring this dream of hers to fruition, and she did that in January of this year, I believe it was. But like I said, before Creed magazine, Torri was a successful hairstylist. She is a mother. She is a very successful mother. I believe that is her greatest success, because I had an opportunity to experience Torri and these beautiful children of hers this week at a revival that we shared together. I'm going to let her talk about those children. That is one of her greatest accomplishments, I'm sure. But Torri was determined to help her children grow to their fullest and best potential, and they exhibited that this week in that revival that we shared together, and walk in their purpose. And she is also a minister, and she just loves to spend time with God. But this Creed magazine, y'all, it's going to blow your mind. It's really what I talked about to begin with. It's just a blend. It's just a fusion of faith, fashion, and lifestyle. Welcome to Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner, Torri.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my sincere pleasure.
It's so amazing to be here. Thank you so much.
My sincere pleasure. Thank
you
you for joining us.
No problem.
Well, tell us about Creed Magazine. Faith, fashion, and lifestyle. Let me show y'all the cover. Here it is. Now, which edition is this?
This is our inaugural edition, our commemorative issue. We feature
Look at
the
there, guys.
beautiful Ruth LaAntra on this cover of this issue's magazine. It was so amazing how God put this together.
Wow.
He gave me the vision in January, and we released the first issue in April. So God really started to line the connections and everything that I needed to have in order for this to happen.
Wow.
It's just amazing how God is putting it all together. It is about faith, fashion, and lifestyle. And I was just listening to the question that you answered earlier. And something like Creed Magazine will be very beneficial
that's good.
to your callers that are dealing with faith, lifestyle issues, relationships, changing your food and eating habits, talking about how to get your health better. It not only talks about physical health, but it talks about mental health as well.
Yes.
A mark that a lot of Christians miss because we're so into, just take it to God in prayer. Let's just pray about it. But God has set up resources on this earth so that we can take full use of everything that He has offered us. And there are doctors out there, physicians and psychiatrists that are in faith, that love God and who are ready and willing to truly help us and understand and pull all that together. And that's what Faith, Fashion, and Lifestyle Creed Magazine is all about.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, tell us about Ruth LaAntra, how you were able to get her.
Oh, it was so amazing. So Ruth LaAntra is from my town. Well, she's from North Carolina. And so I was listening to her music, and she sings this beautiful song, Kingdom. I know a lot of us have heard it, just talking about God and the kingdom and who we are supposed to be. And when I was thinking of the processes of Creed Magazine and how I was going to start, who I wanted on the cover, who I wanted to feature, what stories I wanted to feature, I was like, God, it would be amazing if I could feature Ruth LaAntra on the cover. And it was just a thought that I had. And it's just amazing how God allows us to have thoughts that really manifest themselves just like that.
I love it when that
thoughts
happens.
happen. And so I got on the computer and I was typing, and it was just like He sent me directly to where I was supposed to go. And I found her connections, found her contact. And so it was very easy. I mean, it was just amazing how easy it was for me to find her manager, which is her father.
Oh, wow.
And it was his direct phone number. And I got on the phone and I was like, oh, Mr. Jones, I am putting together a magazine, timid and shy, not understanding exactly who I was dealing with. But he has truly helped me. Her father alone has helped me. And now I'm connected to the family and, went to some more of her concerts. I'm going to another one in August. And it's just all coming full circle. God is really, really showing me the abilities that I have when we don't know who we are. And Ruth is a beautiful spirit. She's an amazing, so down to earth. She's a mother. So down to earth though. Just sweet. Just a sweet person.
Wow.
And she loves to laugh.
Really?
She loves to have fun. Yeah. That's what I have noticed about her.
That was such a coup to get her on that first cover. That's beautiful. That's really, really good. That is a really good place to stop down talking about Ruth LaAntra. What a name. What a name, and what a great first cover. But tell us, what else can the people who pick up the magazine, what else can they expect to see inside? It's not just fashion. It's
not just fashion. It is a lot of fashion, because women, we love fashion, and men too. It's a magazine for men as well. Let's not, just put it, as something that us women can hoard to ourselves. I would like men to indulge as well. But you will also find recipes. I am in connections with this amazing young lady, Danae. V. Alexander. She's a lawyer by day, but I tell you, in her part-time hobby, she takes photos of food she cooks and makes, and they're the most amazing recipes. Then you can find about health, how to improve your health, different exercises, different breathing techniques that help you just clear your head. You know, sometimes prayer doesn't do it all for us.
Yes.
So we need those things to help us go forward. And then we have The Power and the Glory, talking about entrepreneurs, different entrepreneurs that are coming up, and how they reach their level of success with God, with the help of God. And it's just so many other aspects of this magazine. Relationships is one of our biggest segments.
All of those are great. We are going to come right back. I just wanted her to expound a little bit and let you know how great this magazine is. It is faith, fashion, and lifestyle, not just fashion, before we go to break. So we will be right back. Wanted you to know all the great things in it, and we're going to pick apart how much faith, how much fun faith can be when we come back. Do you need someone with solid, expert communications experience to write your copy or your next press release? Then you need Penstar Communications. Let Penstar communicate your greatest potential with clear copy written for your business and marketing needs. Whether it's your next event or next campaign, Penstar Communications can write that for you. Visit penstar.org or call 404-828-0287 today. We are back. Thank you for staying with us. I am here with Torri Smith. Torri Smith has brought in her magazine, her first edition, Creed magazine. She brought in here with us. It is from summer 2018. It is beautiful, Torri.
Thank you.
Oh
Thank
my gosh.
Thank you.
Ruth LaAntra on the cover. Now, inside, guys, this is just not about fashion. It is about fashion. It is about faith. It is about lifestyle. And, you know, in our first segment, we answered a question, or I tackled a question from one of our viewers who wrote in about not being able to rest at night, just suffering a bad breakup. And I gave it a shot, talked about it. But, you know, even inside this magazine, we have a contributor who wrote about relationships. What do you say about that person's question, or what do you say about the magazine and its contributions to relationships or subject matters? Anything, Torri? What do you say?
Well, we have a great segment in this summer issue of Creed magazine from Pastor Raheem Torri, and he talks about the woman that every man wants. And just about how you have to wait on God, because real men want to be able to find their wife and find the woman that they want and the one that God has ordained for them. They don't want women going out and searching them out. And it just talks about all the different aspects from a man's point of view.
Yes.
And what men really look for. And he also has an awesome book out. These are just pieces from his book that he has put into the issue. So I do encourage women to find those reads that will allow them to get insight from a man's point of view, because a lot of things that we do on our own are not what the man we're looking for is actually looking for.
Wow.
You know?
Isn't that amazing how people really want to walk in their purpose? Men really want to do what they're supposed to do.
There are men out there that really want to walk in their purpose and really want to take that role.
Yes.
And a lot of times as women, we have to be assertive. We have to be in the forefront because we've been pushed back.
Exactly.
We've been really made stagnant and just sat back to wait for everything, and we have to return to that. We have to return to that waiting.
Yes.
We have to be that lady in waiting and figure out what it is. Sometimes men just want the cool girl that watches football, you know? They really do want that.
Sometimes they do.
They really want that.
And I think sometimes men think women want to be aggressive or think it's cool to be aggressive, but a lot of times maybe you're also saying we've done what we've had to do in a lot of instances.
That is true.
Not so much that we wanted to get out in the forefront and do all those things.
Exactly.
But a lot of times we had to provide.
Exactly.
We had to take care of those children.
And that comes from a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. But let's talk about those beautiful children you have. Oh my gosh. How blessed was I by the performances or the worship? I shouldn't call them performances because really the praise and worship from your child seem really from their heart.
It's really a ministry.
It's really a ministry.
It is a ministry.
How did you develop that? How did you see that? How did you know that was there just while being a mother?
What we did was we found out that she could mime. We found out that she could mime, and my nephew as well. So my daughter and my nephew mime together. It is called Face to Face Ministries. And I mean, when I tell you we give them songs and they do all the choreography themselves, they put it together, they think about it, they meditate on these songs, and God really ministers through them each and every time.
Yes.
I mean, I get tears every single time I see them. I get teary-eyed. It doesn't fail every time.
But she also sings.
She does. They both sing because we sing praise and worship at our church, Gift of Life Fellowship in Durham. And my father, needed the help. He's the pastor. So I sing, and I said, come on, guys, we got to do this. We have to put our praise team together. We have to have worship service. And even though our resources are limited when it comes to music, they still are able to put forth all their effort in everything that they do.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Really beautiful.
It's amazing.
Well, praise God for you. Now, Torri, before I let you go, we don't have a lot of time left, but you don't appear to be a typical magazine salesperson. I got a feeling God has got you on a different mission. Right. What is your message to the world with this Creed magazine? What do you really want to get out? I hear you saying it's a fusion of faith, fashion, and lifestyle, but what do you want to get out to the world?
The message of Creed magazine is Romans 12:2. It's a mind thing. A lot of things that hold us back are in the mind, and we at the revival this weekend, the minister expounded upon that. The apostle expounded upon that. Just taking your mind to a different direction. Let's take the view of Christian lifestyle out of the box. We love fashion. Women love fashion.
Yes.
Why not indulge in that? Why not show our true selves and express our fashion, and just about, we want to make sure we keep it within the faith realm so that we can reach the world. Creed magazine is destined to be a worldwide publication, and it's not just for Christians. It's for individuals who have that thought in the back of their head, well, who is this God they talk about?
Yes.
Who is this Jesus Christ that they say was resurrected? And he was resurrected for us, and so that we can have life and life more abundantly. And Creed magazine is just a catalyst for that. I'm not saying we're the only one that's doing it, but prayerfully for those individuals who like to read and indulge in fashion and have questions about lifestyle within the Christian sector, that we can make that broader for them.
That's beautiful. I love it.
Thank you.
Well, the Christian lifestyle is all about health. It is all about out of the box, because if anyone were out of the box, it was Jesus. He broke all of the barriers. He did everything no one else could have done. And he is the one who gives ideas like Creed. He is the one who births people like Torri and her magnificent children in this wonderful magazine. So there's no stopping us. There's no stopping people who have an idea. And like Torri said, those ideas come to fruition very quickly and very easily. It's sweatless. You got to put in the hours. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the duty. But when you step out on faith, when you step out on what God has given you, he makes it possible to bring a Ruth LaAntra onto your cover. when you know that you are destined to do what God has called you to do, He will do the rest when you step out and do what He wants you to do. In these final couple of moments, you want to look into the camera and share anything with the viewing audience, the audience that has joined you here to hear about your Creed magazine.
Yes. Well, I will tell you that you can find Creed Magazine at creedmagazine.online. We are all on all social media platforms at Creed Mag Online. Look for our upcoming issue with the beautiful Corinne Hawthorne. She is going to be on our fall issue, and we have so much more to bring you all from Creed Magazine. And I thank you everyone for pulling in and embracing Creed Magazine as your own. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Torri. Thank you for joining us today. What a great magazine. What a great show. And what a great person you are.
Thanks.
Welcome to the Game Changers family.
Ooh, I'm a game changer.
Well, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. I certainly did. And we will look forward to you joining us right back here next time. Until then, do your very best.
Hey travelers, everybody wants cheap airfares, but where can you find them? You call Smart Fares. Our prices are direct from the airlines and they're so low they're not published anywhere. Smart Fares specializes in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rentals, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, Smart Fares can help you get there cheaply and with the best price guarantee. If you want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call us right now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these low rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the lowest rates available. So don't wait. Call Smart Fares right now for the best price guaranteed. Save up to 50% off business and first class. We've got great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 800-477-0945. That's 800-477-0945. 800-477-0945.
Do you need someone with solid, expert communications experience to write your copy or your next press release? Then you need PenStar Communications. Let PenStar communicate your greatest potential with clear copy written for your business and marketing needs. Whether it's your next event or next campaign, PenStar Communications can write that for you. Visit penstar.org or call 404-828-0287 today.